Hi, I'm Mike Gridley. Welcome to PowerBoat Television. Some of you may remember when a few years ago we did a series on cruising the St. Lawrence River and Thousand Islands. Now when we ended that, we stopped here just off of Craig's Quay Marina in Ontario, heading for the Quebec border. This week on the show, we're going to continue on into Quebec, down the St. Lawrence River to Montreal, and beyond to Ottawa as we begin filming another cruising DVD. From here you can take advantage of the wide and well-marked main channel to get up on plane and put a few miles behind you, following the seaway as it turns towards the shore just past the border between Ontario and Quebec. Switching to chart 1431 as you near the end of Lac Saint-Francois, Valleyfield and the entrance to the Canal De Beauharnais come into view. Depending on your timetable, you may choose to head into the canal or find a spot to spend the balance of the day and an evening at the most popular destination on this stretch of the St. Lawrence River, Salaberry de Valleyfield in Bay Saint-Francois. As you approach the bay, homes line the shore to starboard before giving way to the parklands on Point Berger, adjacent to Marina Valleyfield, our destination for the night. The church spires in the background and the sailboat masts are easily identifiable landmarks. The entrance to the marina is located at the eastern end of a low rock breakwall that protects the marina in all weather. The marina is the largest on Lac Saint-Francois, and after we had settled in, we met up with Richard St. Hilaire to chat about the marina.
Here in Valleyfield Marina we have 400 slips, and we have slips from 20 feet to 53 feet. We can accommodate ships up to 65 feet long. And on every slip there's water and electricity, 30 or 50 amps, whatever the owner needs for his boat. We can accommodate up to 50 transits depending on the time of the season, how many slips we have that are available when our members are out on the water and they leave their slips for up to a period of 24 hours. We have washrooms and showers. We have a pool that's available for every visitor or member who comes to the Marina Valleyfield. We also have barbecues and picnic tables to accommodate everybody. We have a store to accommodate our visitors or our members. It's brand new. It's a new trial. We started to supply and offer marine articles.
If you like action and people watching, there is another docking option for Salaberry de Valleyfield. The upper reach of the original Beauharnais Canal was reopened in 2007 and has become quite the hotspot for boaters in the area. The entrance to the old canal is found behind the Regatta Control Tower just past the entrance to Marina Valleyfield. Contact canal staff on VHF Channel 68 to have them swing the pedestrian bridge, allowing you to pass through the narrow entrance. The canal widens past the entrance, and it's just a short, slow cruise down the canal and under a second bridge to the berths along the promenade in the heart of Valleyfield. Along the wall there is docking for 30 or more boats with water and electricity available. Staying in the center of Salaberry de Valleyfield's downtown makes this a great place not only to stop and reprovision, but also to spend some time absorbing the sights and culture of this historic town that was settled in 1874. But things really come to life at night during summer weekends, when boaters flock to the canal to stroll and relax on the promenade and enjoy a meal and a libation on the terraces. It's a busy Friday night here in Valleyfield. As you can see, the promenade all along the wall is filled with boats and people out enjoying the nightlife. But we got to call it a night because later in the show, we're taking off early in the morning to continue eastbound down the St. Lawrence Seaway. Welcome back to our cruise on the St. Lawrence River as we depart Valleyfield and head eastward and rejoin the Seaway Channel downbound. The next portion of the route will take us through the Canal De Beauharnais and two of the St. Lawrence Seaway's 4 large locks. It is a short run of just over an hour until we reach the Upper Beauharnais Lock, which is to port along the northwest shore. Following the lockmaster's directions, we entered the giant lock and picked up the lines and prepared to lock through. As the lock doors fully opened, the lock staff retrieved the lines and indicated when it was safe for us to depart. Once clear of the Upper Beauharnais Lock, we proceeded directly to the lower lock where we were able to enter directly and the process was repeated. Exiting the lock, we found ourselves on Lac St. Louis, a significant widening of the St. Lawrence River into which the Ottawa River also flows. The main seaway heads east from the Canal De Beauharnais, south of Ile-Perrot, towards the South Shore Canal, or Canal de la Rive Sud, and we elected to head this way to reach Montreal before returning to the lake. After leaving Lac St. Louis, you will again enter a narrow canal, so speed is restricted. Just before arriving at the Côte St. Catherine Lock, you are cruising just above the St. Lawrence River's Lachine Rapids. Arriving at the lock, again you may have to wait to enter as other boats exit the lock. After dropping another 40 feet, the gates open and we are able to proceed. After cruising past the communities of La Prairie and Brossard, you'll arrive at the final lock in the seaway, the St. Lambert Lock. The last short section of the canal runs along the islands developed for Expo 67. Once clear of the islands, you can swing to port and head into Montreal. Montreal is a must-stop for cruising boaters, and we toured the quays of the Old Port in Old Montreal last season, so to catch that episode, go to PowerBoatTV.com to watch the show online. After returning up the South Shore Canal and the two locks to Lac St. Louis, our next stop was Lachine, where we stayed in the wonderful Lachine pleasure boat harbor. Port de Plaisance is quite large, listing 500 slips, with 20 on average reserved for transients. The all-new floating docks are state-of-the-art with composite decking and extremely stable. This large marina has a truly picturesque location with city parks to both the north and south. On the north side of the marina, past all of the slips, is the entrance to the historic Lachine Canal. You can also stop here and visit the Lachine Canal Visitor Center on the bank of the canal. Dorval is host to the oldest yacht club in Canada, with the Royal St. Lawrence Yacht Club. Other facilities are located at Point Claire and the Lord Reading Yacht Club in Beaconsfield. Just off Ile-Perrot, you will pass through Becker Dam, a canal from the 1800s. As you exit the dam, you can see the Ste-Anne-de-Bellevue Canal ahead, with the highway and railway bridges passing over the lock. Arriving at the entrance to Ste-Anne-de-Bellevue Canal, you will find plenty of space along the approach wall to stop and tie up, except on busy weekends, and it is quite evident why. The waterfront here is lined with resto pubs and terraces, some with their own docks. Along Rue Ste-Anne, there are many more dining establishments interspersed with a wide variety of shops. You can also enjoy the architecture, some of which dates back to the early 1800s. Well, I think you'll agree with me. If you're lucky enough to go boating on Lac St. Louis and spend some time in a great place like Ste-Anne-de-Bellevue, you're really going to enjoy yourself. Now, I've got the boat tied up on the wall there for the evening, so I'm going to head for the terrace for a cold one, but join us next week as we continue our voyage up the Ottawa River.